Ooh. Hello, welcome to Project Air this week. I'm here with Mike again. We've got this, the same plane from last week actually. We've put some floats on it, or I have anyway, and we're going to see how it performs on the lake. I've never made a seaplane before, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs. But
did you test it in the bath or what?
No, I've not tested it at all. No. Here's the little build montage of it being stuck together with the floats, and yeah, then we'll go and fly it and see what happens. One of the first things I need to do is cover this with duct tape because it's going to let all the water in. And also I'm going to need to make sure that this is pretty watertight as well, which it isn't at the moment. To get to the ESC, I will need to cut open the bottom of the jet and access the ESC through here, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to get to it. What I'm going to be using for this is this sort of epoxy resin, which is 5-minute sort of formula, and I'm going to be putting that in these openings at the ends of the ESC. Lots of other sea craft have sort of a step here, which sort of lets them rise up and skim across the surface of the water, which is what I'm going to be creating on the bottom of this very shortly. In addition to the step, I'm going to be putting some floats on the wingtips, or sort of the wings around here, just so that it balances and doesn't sort of flip over on the water or anything like that. Thank you. As we were just saying, there are some stakes involved in this, so we haven't got a rescue boat, and if it does crash in the middle of the lake,
and James doesn't know how to swim, so
yeah, pretty much. There's a little chance that we're going to get it back. So yeah, stay tuned. See what happens. Right, let's get it set up. So I've put some tape on the front, so hopefully the water shouldn't get in, but I don't know.
let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Alright, moment of truth. Okay. Well, it sits quite low in the water actually.
Go for it.
Well, that wasn't great. Well, I don't think the floats really worked. They kind of dug into the water. I'm going to pull these off, and then hopefully it'll be able to take off. Oh dear. Well, this isn't good.
James has made a submarine.
I think maybe I should reposition the battery or something. Well, I thought this was going to be more waterproof, to be honest. Alright. Well, the good news is... I don't know what the good news is, actually. I suppose it's not dead yet.
That's good.
And it's not stuck. That's a good thing. But it'd be nice if it would work straight away. Not quite. Might have to go back to the drawing board. Should we try one more time? You
Right.
Hi.
Shouldn't have bought the screw ski, so.
The engine's still going. Gonna try again. Let's try it. It's behaving a bit like a boat.
Yeah, you've made a half decent boat there.
Oh, that didn't work. Well, if first you don't succeed. Alright, we've just had an amazing idea. Instead of, oh, it might be a really stupid idea, instead of trying to take off from the water, which you might not have the right power for, we're just going to chuck it like normal and see what happens. That's more like it. Coming in. Ooh. Hey! That was a bit better. Oh, that worked a bit better. I'm glad it actually flew. When I chucked it, I was like, oh my goodness, it's going to go straight in the water. I suppose that concludes this little experiment. Maybe we should make a better boat, or better, well, I got you. It behaved like a boat, but yeah, maybe we should make another one and see how that goes. So, back to the studio. Alright, that was quite interesting. What I thought we'd do, just to end this video, was look a little bit more in depth at the attempts at taking off, shall we say. As of now, these Project Air videos, I'm going to try and make them a little bit more in depth when it comes to sort of evaluating what happened in the video. After this, we'll look at some sort of updates for some other projects, because I've been asked a few questions about, like, where's the hyperboat, for instance, and I will tell you all about that after we've done this. So yeah, looking at this first attempt at taking off, it looked quite promising at first until I punched the throttle and realised that the two skids or floats on the sides were kind of too low and they were digging into the water. I think if I'd made a proper float that was a sort of big buoyant block, maybe of just like some proper foam or something, that would have worked a lot better, even if it had been a bit too low. That's why I ended up just hastily sort of ripping them off, as you saw. But yeah, skipping forward to the second go, yeah, it was a bit embarrassing. The whole wing just kind of dug into the water and sort of spun the plane around. So this next test, oh yeah, I changed the battery placement. Or I didn't change the battery placement, I changed the battery. So I put a smaller 2200 battery in instead of a big 4-cell 3000 milliamp hour battery. My aim was to get the nose a bit lighter because I think it was a bit too nose heavy. And yeah, it looked quite promising from the beginning. It sort of stabilised itself a little bit and started to sort of track nicely, but it just couldn't accelerate. And I think that just indicates that the major problem on this was the water resistance. So I think that's it for this project. Now let's go on to updates. I just want to quickly show you where I'm at with the Hyperboat project. Here's what the boat looks like right now. It's orange. The reason it's this colour, for one thing, is because I was trying to put on this kind of, what's it called? A wood stain, that's the one. And yeah, it didn't really turn out quite as I hoped, but so I think I'm going to paint it silver in the end. So yeah, one thing I need to do to finish this is to finish this motor mount. I finished the rudder, so I don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, that's about it really. I just need to make a sort of waterproof seal on top for the hatch. The reason why this project is a little bit of a slow burn is because unlike some of my other projects, I really want to do this one very well with the quality, but I suppose it's going to be a good one when it actually drops, so look out for that in the future, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, to make sure that you see that one in the future. Apart from that project, I've got a few other things that are going on, but I'm generally just a bit busy at the moment. So that's about it. One other thing I was thinking of doing on these Project Air videos from now on is a comment of the week. So yeah, I was thinking that maybe a good incentive for you to comment on my videos and to interact with me is to feature them at the end of my videos. Comment of the week this week goes to Callum Watt, who says, #1 fan. So yeah, thanks Callum, and yeah, keep commenting. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.